Welcome to the Great Dehumanization. And we're going to speak from the heart again. Let's talk. I want to talk about cats and dogs and sheep. Yeah, man. Cats and dogs and sheep, what I always talk about. Now, for real, let's get serious. Let's speak from the heart. So let's start with that story in the Bible, the sheep. And it's a parable. So there's the stories that, let's just put it this way. You have 100 sheep, right? 100 sheep and one goes astray. In the Bible, Jesus tells us that the good shepherd, no matter what is going on, will go after that one sheep and look for it and bring that sheep back. One sheep. Doesn't matter how many of the sheep are there, that shepherd will leave if he counts and one of those sheep is missing. He'll go look for it. The good shepherd. Okay? Now that's not the way of the world. That's the point of the story. The way of the world, and according to our calculations, we don't do things that way. So what we would do is we would sit there and be like, I had 100 sheep, one walked away, I still have 99. I still have 99 sheep. If I get up and walk away, who knows? A wolf could have taken that one. Maybe if I get up and walk away and turn my back on these 99, a wolf will come and take another one. Take another one. If I do that, I'll lose more sheep. That's the way people think. That's the way of the world. But that's not how a good shepherd thinks. Because the same thing will happen if you sit there every single time one goes astray. Pretty soon you will have no sheep. Most of the time, if you get up to look for the one sheep, to take care of that, to bring your flock back together, you will get the results you need because you did that out of love and courage. Sitting there and not going and looking for the one is a rationalization. So do you follow me? It's all about the one. Okay? Every single one of us. So it's a parable. It means it's a story that is meant to teach us something about ourselves. An illusion. Illusion, not illusion. Illusion. It alludes to realities and truths of our condition. Now I bring up the sheep and the one because I have to talk about something here. And so we had this presidential debate and we had the cats and dogs comment. I want to go somewhere a little different with that right now, and I want to talk about the flippancy involved in the entire thing first. So I want to look at things from, say, the progressive type of perspective right here. So say you're not a Trump voter. How about that? Let's look at it from the voter perspective first. The non-Trump voter. So I'm watching that debate and I hear that comment, and my thoughts aside, I immediately thought, oh man, this is going to be some fodder for social media, right? For sure. Some meme stuff, right? And so the next few days and all week later, I just noticed my pick guard on my guitar is loose. I noticed that, it's a lot of memes and jokes about eating dogs and cats. Okay, funny. You can look at anything with a sense of humor. Humor's important, all right? I certainly, like to laugh, for sure. And anyway, there's a problem with that because I started to get the feel that not only is it not funny at a real level, but why? Why is it not so funny to post stuff about this that way? It became apparent to me that most of the people posting this stuff weren't aware that there was a human problem involved in this at all. They often didn't even think that there were Haitian immigrants on the streets or in any large numbers in this town in Ohio, Springfield. So a lot of people posting these joking memes only saw this in that flippant manner as if it's a joke. No, nobody's eating dogs and cats. You don't know that. Man, you're not in on the joke. And it was that level that this thing was processed through too many people. And it's a problem because this is a human problem. There are immigrants on the streets of Springfield, and they are poor, and they are human beings. So if you're progressive posting memes and you forgot to actually check about what's actually going on there, you're just being flippant. Nothing deep going on there, and I don't really care who you're voting for because it's not serious. Do you understand what I'm saying? This is about people and about the people and about listening to each other and finding real solutions out of love and concern. Now, to the other part of you, okay? So what didn't get talked about was the human problem there on the left side, and that's what's not getting talked about at all. So to the rest of you who approve of Donald Trump saying that, number one, it didn't happen. Not in Springfield. And it wasn't a Haitian immigrant that story originated from, okay? So it's a lie. Let's make that clear. It didn't happen. Do you feel good when other people say things that aren't true and spread them around? And is that a good thing to do? No, let's just be fully grown up and honest and say, no, that's not cool. Okay? Start there. Now the next thing is, why is that lie being told to you? Because it's to stir up fear and your moral indignation, to make you feel that you are superior to not only your fellow citizens who don't see things like you, but to make you feel like other people are destroying your country and you're the one trying to protect it. And with that sort of feeling behind all of your motives and your decisions, you're going to do something wrong. You're going to hurt somebody. You're going to take something out on somebody who doesn't deserve it. Like 15 to 20,000 people who haven't eaten a cat yet. Now let me talk about that lie in itself to both sides. Hungry people will eat a cat. Hungry people will eat a dog. They will eat. Hungry people need to eat. So on that level alone, what about the people who have been so hungry that they've had to do that? How are you making them feel? Let's move on from that part of it. It is a possibility and it could happen. What if an immigrant did eat a dog or a cat? Does this make them evil and vile? No, they're probably not doing it because they like eating dogs and cats and they want to hurt you and they want to show you how evil they are. All across, up and down, if you really start to think about this thing and do it with an open heart, if harmless as a dove, like Jesus told you, be harmless as a dove and wise as a serpent. If you take that to heart and to mind, wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove, open, loving heart, strong, tough mind, if you have both of those things and you look at this issue, you will see that it's nothing but a manipulation and it's terrible on every level and across the board. These are human beings and we're being manipulated into dehumanizing them. Now everything else we can talk about politically. If only we could use politics as a way to sort out a real problem. So for example, there are problems in Haiti. They were caused by a lot of the same globalist and, by the same world problems that cause ours. Okay? Except for they've borne the brunt of them even worse than you have. So if you're MAGA and you're upset about, jobs and things that have happened to you, you have every right to be. But don't take it out on them. Because in their world, what happened to them is far worse than what has happened to you. And I know it's been bad. But they got it worse where they came from, and now they're getting it terribly from you here. Now, let me go further. Do you know what this is? Do you know what this is? This is a Bible. This is Jeremiah. This is chapter 7, and I'm going to read it to you. Hear the word of the Lord, all you people of Judah who come through these gates to worship the Lord. This is what the Lord Almighty, the God of Israel, says. Reform your ways and your actions, and I will let you live in this place. Do not trust in deceptive words and say, this is the temple of the Lord, the temple of the Lord, the temple of the Lord. If you really change your ways and your actions and deal with each other justly, if you do not oppress the foreigner, the fatherless or the widow, and do not shed innocent blood in this place, and if you do not follow other gods to your own harm, then I will let you live in this place, in the land I gave your ancestors forever and ever. But look, you are trusting in deceptive words that are worthless. Will you steal and murder, commit adultery, perjury, burn incense to Baal, and follow other gods you have not known, and then come and stand before me in this house, which bears my name, and say, we are safe to do all these detestable things? By what rationalization do you think you're going to be safe if you tell one lie about these people? Let's go back to the sheep. It's about the one innocent person amongst these 15 to 20,000 people who have come into our country through, you can say, oh, it's illegal, they need to follow our laws. Desperate people. We need to find a solution that doesn't lend to evil, that doesn't lead to anyone dehumanizing each other. And we cannot let these politicians and these people who are manipulating you. For an example, let me give you a real example. I know MAGA people in the hometown I live in who have undocumented workers working for them right now. You don't have the people. Look eye level at your fellow human being right there on the ground with you, who might eat a cat or a dog because that's how desperate they are, who's going to put up with your hatred and this poison because they have no other choice. Realize that your very own ancestors came to this country for those reasons too. Okay? I understand all of the concerns with this, and I also understand this. Let's say something bad does happen. Let's say, well, you know, all your worst fears, and some of these people are bad, and one person does something wrong. Oh boy, then you're really going to have an excuse to unleash all that stuff I just read to you from Jeremiah. So let's talk about what that means. You can talk and talk and talk all you want about God and what you believe, and you can talk about it, and you can tell yourself what you want, and that you're going to get away with it because you're the one that's righteous and you're the one on the right side of things. You can do that all you want, but it's pretty clear, and it says it right there. If you oppress the foreigner and then come into my house with that, you don't belong here. So again, the moral indignation that I will always talk about, that's just a human streak in us. We want to be better than other people to feel better about ourselves. And this stuff going on with this political stuff, this left and right, and this dividing each other this way, and human beings who are suffering and hurting, whether you're being flippant about it or joking about it and posting memes, what side you're on, this is real. It's time to get serious. Okay? Because I believe it and I know it, God's watching. And any form of dehumanization is an affront to God on the deepest level, because we're all made in God's image. Okay? Jesus didn't say anything other than that to make you think otherwise. Be real. It's all about love. There is no solution outside of love. May God bestow grace on all of us to see. Be harmless as doves, wise as serpents. Don't let people manipulate you in your anger. Love. In the name of God, the Father.
Choices, some of us vow. It can get so overwhelming to live in the now. There's always a case for resistance. We must embrace this precious existence. or we'll never get along. Our relationships take persistence to get the most of our precious existence. It's okay to stray. We're gonna make it back. We're gonna find our way. But it all depends on our insistence. Never forsake this precious existence.